Shut the door properly. Hello everyone and welcome to my webinar. I'm thrilled you've decided to join me today. Thank you so much. There are so many new authors and their books just on Amazon alone. How on earth do you get heard about the roar of the crowd? Well, I'm going to share some really helpful tips with you today and to let you know exactly what you can do to start getting your author voice heard about the roar of the crowd using social media, Goodreads and Amazon. So before we get started, I want to tell you I love interaction. I love to hear your questions so that I can incorporate them if I can into the content today to make sure everyone gets the most out of our time together. So in order to send me questions throughout today's presentation, what you'll need to do is just type into the question or chat box that you see that says chat. Go ahead and use that box to communicate with me throughout today's webinar. If I'm unable to reply during the webinar, I'll answer you on email. And there'll be a short Q&A section towards the end of the webinar too. So let's go ahead and start lighting up that chat box to make sure everything is working. Go ahead and type into the chat box your name, where you're from, and what genre of books you write. There's a lot of content to cover, so I don't want to waste any time with housekeeping items, but I do want to make sure you have a good, strong connection to the internet. If you're on a desktop device, you'll experience less buffering. You might want to close any other tabs you have open within your browser as they tend to drain your computer's resources, which can cause that annoying buffering. So let's see who we got today. I see a number of you have typed in your name and where you're from. We've got Michelle. Hi, Michelle. And April. People. Hi, April. Tracy Padema. Alexander Ramirez. Hello, Alexander. Andrea Stone. Oh, Andrea writes sci-fi. Andrew Klein writes children's books. And hello, Terry. She writes romance. So I can't get to all of you today, but we just want to go ahead and dive into the content. Just know I'm really pleased you've all joined me on today's webinar. I'm not going to fill up the time with a lot of fluff, but going to give you a lot of actionable takeaways. You're going to get exactly what you need to get your books in front of your readers, overcome the feeling of being in the wilderness, and start to drive actual sales results from your efforts on social media, Goodreads, and Amazon. So can you all hear me okay? Just let me know you can hear me. Yes, good. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Oh, and also, I've got a very special offer for you as attendees of today's webinar for Book Talk Radio Club's Gold Author Membership Program. Just stay tuned and I'll tell you more later on. So let's see. If you're joining this webinar today and you've already published your book or about to, or even thinking of publishing a book, then the strategies that we're going to discuss will be absolutely applicable. This is going to be time well spent for you. If you're joining, I know you didn't come here, I'm nearly repeating the same sentence there. I know you didn't come here to hear about me, but as we're going to spend some time together, I want to introduce myself to you. My name is Claire Perkins, and I'm also an indie author, founder of Book Talk Radio Club and the Facebook group Authors Promoting Their Books. I started out in marketing over 25 years ago as marketing manager for one of the UK's most successful niche tour operators selling ranch and activity holidays to the USA. From there, I became marketing director to two separate international watch brands, promoting and marketing to jewelers, both multiples and independents, department stores, and at exhibitions both here in the UK, Switzerland, and the USA. So lots of marketing and promotional experience there. I then decided I had to write my book that had been waiting to be written for well over 15 years, and in 8 weeks wrote, published, and marketed Life Purpose: How to Find Your Reason for Living, and then about 5 months later, the Dear God Letters. I'm pleased to say both books are selling well on my website, Amazon, Barnes & Noble and Kobo with 4- and 5-star reviews. I set up Book Talk Radio Club because as a self-published author, I know how hard it is to get your name out there. I was let down very badly by a national radio station that should have known better and cancelled my on-air interview to an audience of thousands at the last minute. In fact, I was on a train at the travelling to the interview. Rather than stay angry and upset, I decided to see if I could set up my own internet radio station, kind of like talk radio, but book talk radio, to give indie authors the voice they deserve and the marketing and promotion they desperately need. Recently, someone on Facebook told me that self-publishing wasn't the real deal and that anyone who self-published couldn't call themselves an author. I will defend indie authors until the day I die. As self-published authors, we have a huge, steep learning curve from writing the book to formatting it, to editing it, to pricing it in different currencies and on different sales platforms. And then we have to get out of our safe little writing space and learn how to market and promote it. Well, I'm here to champion your cause. I'm here to make your author life just that bit easier. I have successfully marketed and promoted authors and their books from the UK to South Africa, from the USA to the Czech Republic, and everywhere in between. So, what are we going to talk about today? Number one, we're going to talk about your author brand. What is an author brand? Number two, we're going to be talking about Goodreads and Amazon author pages. Number three, reviews of your books pre-publication. Number four, author pages on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Number five, we're going to be talking about the promotion and marketing of your books on social media. Number six, don't be a shrinking violet or over salesy, but also how not to annoy people, but still promote your book. And number seven, your author voice. So let's get started. Your author brand. What is an author brand? It's not just enough to be good at what you write. You need to be able to create an emotional connection with your reader, often before they've had a chance to read your book. How you position your work, how you distinguish yourself from others in your field or genre, as well as how all your efforts are perceived or interpreted by your readers, can be the difference between a brand that works or one that fizzles. Effective branding is the foundation to the development of your writer platform and audience building efforts. The author who can tap into what their readers yearn for and to construct an entire experience around what they crave is the author that earns a devoted fan base. We're judged, assessed, and evaluated by others. People will interpret your work, your relevance, and the value you offer by what you intentionally and unintentionally share. From your social media updates, blog posts, and article contributions to your podcast interviews, author collaborations, or your newest release, everything adds to the bigger picture of who you are. As your sphere of influence and visibility increases, so does the number of people who have the opportunity to form an impression about you. It's unavoidable. Whether you're actively building your personal brand or not is happening, so why not be deliberate in shaping the direction it takes? Can you all hear me okay? Just let me know. Just want to make sure you're all with me. Yep, good, lovely. Okay, number two, Goodreads and Amazon author pages. Why do you need Goodreads and Amazon author pages? Well, firstly, Goodreads is a platform for readers. They have over 25 million members, which a good proportion visit the site regularly, and there, right away, you have a captive audience. Why Amazon? Love it or hate it, millions upon millions of readers buy their books from Amazon, but know this, there are also millions of authors trying to sell their books on this platform too. You're presumably one of these. And if your author page or incomplete, the reader is just going to click elsewhere. Or for goodness sake, check your spelling when doing your bios. There's nothing more off-putting for a reader. If the words in your bios are misspelt, what's your book going to be like? Create the right impression for your author brand. You have got, and I repeat that, got to have a Goodreads and Amazon author page. It's so easy to sign up for a Goodreads author account. If you're a member of Goodreads, then you sign up for one. Any author anywhere in the world can join the Goodreads author program for free. All you need is a published book, or a soon-to-be published book, that can be found in their database. And remember, Goodreads are part of Amazon. The Goodreads author program allows published authors to claim their profile page to promote their book and engage with readers. Once verified, your author profile will include the official Goodreads author badge, which you can use to tell your fans to follow you on Goodreads. To create an Amazon author page, just Google Amazon Author Central. That's Amazon Author Central, and follow the instructions. Again, it's very, very easy. Make sure you have a head and shoulders picture of yourself on both of these sites, and to continue your author brand image, keep them the same. Don't forget at the end of typing your bio for both platforms to include links to your social media pages and your website and or your blog. Number 3, reviews pre-publication. I'm going to take a moment here to talk about the reviews of your books prior to publishing them. Why do you need them before you publish, you may well ask? Well, you may or may not know that you can upload your book on Amazon prior to publication date as a pre-publication sale. That way, readers can order and pay for your book prior to it being released, and when it is, they immediately have the book sent to them, either Kindle or paperback. So here's why you need the pre-publication reviews. You want to build an interest, and you want potential buyers to see that your book has already gotten good feedback on it. That way they're more likely to purchase it if they see positive reviews. So how do you get these reviews? Well, of course you can ask your friends or relatives to read your book and ask them to leave a review on Amazon. But here's where ARC and beta readers come into play. They can provide helpful insight on how to improve the important elements of your story, characters, setting and plot, and they can point out plot holes and continuity issues as well. They also provide suggestions for spelling, grammar and fact checking. The beta, the beta reader is a non-professional reader who receives a pre-edited, not first draft, give them your best writing, copy of your work. Ideally, this person will be someone who is in your target audience and or who reads a lot of books in your genre. So how do you find your beta readers? Gather a list of beta readers early on and send your work to them during the revision stage. A good place to find beta readers is on your own social media platforms. Periodically send out a few tweets and Facebook posts asking if anyone would be interested in providing feedback for your work in progress, and make a list to keep track. Keep their emails and stay in touch. Now, an ARC reader is an advanced review copy reader. They're a person who receives a pre-published copy of your book, usually after the final editing but before proofreading. ARC readers are given a free copy of your book in exchange for leaving an honest book review, typically on Amazon and or Goodreads, once the book is available for pre-sale or distribution. Again, you'll want to begin making a list of ARC readers early on, well, at least 8 weeks prior to your anticipated book launch date. Where do you find ARC readers? There's no rule on who you can ask to review your book. Ask your friends, family, book club, fans, book bloggers, anyone who you think might be interested in reading and reviewing your book. Just be sure to keep a track of who signs up so you can update and follow up as the launch date gets closer. Keep in mind you might ask 100 people to review your book and get a fraction of those people to say yes. I know it's a tedious process, but if you're starting your book launch with a good few positive reviews right off the bat, it's totally worth it. Just think that when you're looking at something, you always look for reviews. And if there's a couple, just even a minimum of a couple of good reviews, it's going to make you think, well, it may be worth buying, or hopefully it is worth buying. Be sure to send out a friendly reminder a week before your book launches to your list of ARC readers to leave their reviews. Okay, you're with me so far. Number 4, your author pages on social media, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Equally important, if not more so, is to have separate author accounts from your personal accounts on Facebook and Twitter, and to a certain extent Instagram. Again, ensure that your profile pic is the same one as on your Goodreads and Amazon author pages to keep the continuity of the look of your author brand. When you add a cover image, make sure the dimensions are correct and fit the right size. Nothing looks worse than parts of your precious book covers or bits of your name missing. I can't stand seeing that, it looks so awful. I use Canva. It's free unless you purchase some of their images which are just $1 each, and it's brilliant for social media posts. More on that in a moment. As it offers the correct size templates for Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, I think it also has a template for a YouTube cover image. That's canva.com, C-A-N-V-A. The promotion and marketing of your books on social media. So here's where the fun and games start. How much should you be posting about your book? Once a week, twice a week, only on weekends, or only if there's an hour in the day of the week? There's no hard and fast rule on this subject. But remember, you don't want to appear too spammy and put potential readers off. Just think how you feel when someone keeps calling you and trying to sell you something. Very off-putting to say the least. 3 or 4 at the most times a week is when you're going to want to promote your book. The rest of the time, get to know your fans and followers. And don't forget to thank them for following you. When I click a new follow on Twitter, I add a link to Book Talk Radio Club's website and the logo. Well, you can add an image of your book, obviously. Try scheduling your social media posts on Hootsuite.com. Very useful. I have a spreadsheet of the posts I want to send out for each day and the places where I want them to appear, and then every Monday I schedule for the week and I know it's done. So that's Hootsuite.com, HOOTSUITE.com. It feels like Facebook seems to continually change the goalposts when it comes to your posts and who sees them. It will take a whole different webinar to explain them, but let's dig a little way in and see if I can give you some tips and tricks here. In the early days of Facebook, when you would post something on your timeline, everyone would see it. But as Facebook has grown over the years and there's more content, every time you go on Facebook, there are over 1,400 stories that it could potentially show you on your timeline anytime. So Facebook has to decide what content is particularly relevant for you. The way it does this is down to many different factors that are constantly changing, so they use an algorithm. And I'm not going to get too nerdy with you, don't worry. The algorithm is there to help Facebook decide what to show each of its users, to personalize their user experience to make it relevant to them. It's judged on many things, such as engagement, on our likes, on our shares, what pages we like, our ages, our gender, our relationship status, and what we're looking at away from Facebook. For example, I was looking at different marketing ideas prior to my very first webinar earlier in July, and since then my Facebook feed comes up with marketing for webinar posts. We need to play with the algorithm so it works in our favour, so our content gets put in front of our audience's eyes. This algorithm will judge your posts on their affinity. So what does that mean? An affinity means the relationship you have with other Facebook users. It's more likely to show your post to someone you interact with on a regular basis on Facebook, someone who you may have a lot of mutual friends with. So the obvious way to improve your affinity score with your potential customers is to engage with them. Like their posts, comment on their posts, and that will give you a boost in your affinity score. It will also judge on the engagement of the post that you've just put on Facebook, especially in the moments after you post it. For example, you post about your new book and it gets a lot of comments and likes and a lot of shares, then Facebook decides it's a popular post and gets seen by more people. The obvious way to improve your engagement is to give valuable content that people will like what they see. Oh, quick tip here. When you post something, maybe about your book or your blog, click like underneath. It keeps it to the top just for that little longer, and it looks like there's a little bit of engagement going on before it really gets going. Older posts are eventually seen by no one. So here's a clever little trick. Comment on your own post. For example, you're posting in a very busy Facebook group and you know your post is going to get buried. Find your post again by putting your name in the search box to the left of the group's newsfeed, and this will bring up your most recent post in that group. Find the one you want to comment on, click it, and your post will be in front of you. Make the comment, hit enter, and hey presto, your old post will pop up on the top of the group's newsfeed. Shh, don't tell anyone I told you that. I have to say, you've got to be careful of being overly salesy because people have much more control of their newsfeed these days. They can unfollow you and unfollow you. Turn off your posts so they don't see them. Also, Facebook will stop your posts reaching a greater number of people because it wants you to buy advertising. So when you post about your books, make sure that you add a photo of the front cover with a brief synopsis of what the book is about to pique interest. And then, rather than post, wait for it, put it in the comment book box immediately. So you've made the post, you've done the post, you've published it, you hit like, and then you put the link for your book to its sales channel in the first comment. Liking your own posts, well, that sounds a bit vain, doesn't it? But remember what I said before about engagement? Just by liking your own posts means that at least there's some engagement to begin with, and hopefully more. Therefore, the post won't sink into obscurity and not be seen by anyone, and it's more likely to be shown in your friend's newsfeed. I mean, I can't promise that, of course, though. Let's go through some of the best types of posts for reaching a wide audience and the worst types. So here we go. Let's just change slides. Best types of posts are live videos. You know the going live videos? Other videos, images, posts with lots of engagements, likes and comments, which I said about before, Post from pages with full profiles. Yes, them again. So make sure your author page on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram is full. Make sure your profile. Also, brand new content are some of the best types of posts as well. The worst types of posts are text only. Remember the saying, a picture paints 1,000 words? Don't do text only. People just scroll by it. Anything that's overly salesy, anything that's overtly promotional. Why? Because as I said before, Facebook wants you to pay for advertising. The too many promo or sales posts will eventually reduce your audience reach to zero. That's the last thing you want. So how do you create a post with lots of engagement? Let's give an example. People love to give their opinion, don't they? Ask your followers questions, Chaz. Oh, thank you, Gordon. He said, good idea. Ask your followers questions such as, do you prefer this cover or that cover? And watch the comments flow. Don't forget, of course, to ensure you show both of the alternative covers, perhaps with an idea of what the book is about. The going live videos are being heavily favoured by Facebook right now. So stop being shy, get chatting live on video about your book to your followers, or read a part of a chapter of your book, or the intro. Find out when most of your followers are looking at Facebook. You'll be able to gauge this once your insights get going. They're the metrics of your audience. Be consistent with your posts. Remain active. Last of all, think about your audience, obviously the most likely readers of your books, and tailor and design your posts to appeal to them. How's that? That's helpful so far? Let me know. Let's hear from you. You happy with that? Yes, thank you, April. Yep, Gordon says yes, thank you. Lovely. Good, Terry, thank you very much. Tracy, you bet. Thank you, Tracy. And Barbara. Thanks, Barbara. Hi, Barbara. Yep, this is great stuff. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. So, where are we? Okay, number 6, shrinking violet or over salesy. How to find a happy medium and not annoy people. One thing I see a lot of on my group, authors promoting their books, is people posting an image of their book, but no link to their sales channel. Oh, why do you do that? And I actively encourage my members to do this. Just imagine you've designed or had a designer produce the most spectacular cover for your book. It's wonderful. Or your friends and colleagues, your partner, your parents have complimented you on the perfection that represents your written words. But then no one knows where to buy it. What's the point? It's just ridiculous. When you're posting about your book, whether it's on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, or wherever, add a link to your sales channel. And I didn't want to shout that, but that's in block capitals. Add a link to your sales channel. Don't be shy. Don't think you're driving people mad with your posts. They're interested. Just make sure you add a link to your sales channel. You can use your Amazon author page. See, it's worth doing properly. Then all your books will be in one place there. You may have the most wonderful, earth-shattering story or information to impart, but if no one knows where to buy it, you'll be writing for yourself and a shrinking violet. Don't just post, read my book or buy my new book. It's arrogant, as it assumes people should know who you are. A cover image and a working link works wonders. It's professional and doesn't annoy. And my voice is getting dry, so let me just take a sip of drink. Oh, thank you, Jude. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Oh, thank you, Eric. Good, yes, good info about FB. Yes, I hope it is. Okay, where are we now? Let's see. Okay, your author voice. It's been proven that readers want to get to know the person behind the books they love and the books they'll love to read. They want to become part of your tribe, to use a marketing term. So how do you get readers to know the person behind your books? I get that question a lot. So I created Book Talk Radio Club for indie authors. We've got silver author membership, gold author membership, and new bronze membership, and they allow you to have your voice heard live on the internet through 15 to 20-minute interviews about your books. These interviews are then turned into podcasts and promoted and marketed to over 80,000 readers on social media and millions of subscribers to iTunes, TuneIn, Overcast, and Stitcher. This will allow your author voice to be heard way above the roar of the crowd, a bit like having a public address system put on steroids, big time. This will reduce your anxiety, the feeling of no one knows who I am as an author. I don't know about you, but I hear from authors all the time saying they have poured their heart and soul into their writing and the publishing of their book, yet nothing is happening and they're so discouraged. You don't have to worry about it, as the system will get your voice heard above the roar of the crowd. Oh, and by the way, if you've never experienced a live interview before and are thinking about joining up, and you're thinking, what questions is she going to ask me? What if I freeze and can't answer and go quiet? What if I sound really pathetic and unprofessional? I'm going to put your mind at rest. All authors have their interview questions emailed to them 48 hours before the interview takes place, so there are no surprises and you can think of your answers beforehand. Remember, I'm not here to test you, but to promote you, the author, and your books. So what are the silver and gold packages? Well, both offer you 3 live on-air interviews a year and a dedicated author with links to your sales channel, social media pages, your website and your blog, along with your bio, a picture of you, and images of your book covers with a brief synopsis of each, plus podcasts of your live interviews that are promoted to over 80,000 readers through Facebook pages and specialized groups, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Gold Author Membership also offers syndication of your Book Talk Radio Club interviews to millions of subscribers of iTunes, Stitcher, Overcast, TuneIn. You all know iTunes, but did you know that TuneIn alone has over 50 million subscribers a month? That's incredible, actually. A hell of a lot of people that can be listening to your author interviews and hear about your books. So what can you expect from Silver and Gold Author memberships? Well, a huge amount of exposure to your author brand, leading to sales of your books. And I can't promise sales of your books. If anyone does promise sales, run for the hills, but you're going to get huge exposure. I want you to sign up if you're an action taker, if you're a self-published author that wants to get their book seen and their name known. If you want readers talking about you in the best way, of course. I think as an indie author, you've put enough of your heart and soul into your books. I want you to know that I put my heart and soul into promoting your hard work. To enroll in either of the packages, just visit www.booktalkradio.info/services. But hang on, don't disappear, as I've got a really special offer for you of the Gold membership package. So now for the pricing. I wanted to make sure that the packages were affordable to all indie authors. I'm tired of indie authors being taken advantage of and being overcharged for things. So if you enroll £85, which is approximately $110 for the yearly Silver Author membership, £175, which is approximately $230 for the yearly Gold Author membership. Remember, that's 3 interviews in the year. However, for the special offer for you as attendees of this webinar, if you enroll in the Gold Author membership before the webinar ends, I'm going to discount the price from $175 to £125. That's approximately $230 to $160. So I'm going to bring up the button for the link so you can take advantage of this offer. So just give me a sec. Let's have a look. Where are you? Little button. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Display for all. Okay, can you all see it and see the button? Yep. Oh, thank you, April. That's lovely. So remember, the Gold Author membership gives you 3 live on-air interviews in a year and a dedicated author page on Book Talk Radio Club's website. On your author page, you're going to get your photo and your bio, links to your sales channel, i.e. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, wherever, social media pages, including your Facebook author platform, your Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and LinkedIn so platforms, your website or blog, your Goodreads author page, podcasts of your interviews, images of your book covers with a brief synopsis of each book, up to 5 positive feedback reviews, and marketing and promotion to over 80,000 readers on Facebook pages, specialized groups, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. And Gold Author membership also offers syndication of your Book Talk Radio Club interviews to subscribers over iTunes, Stitcher, Overcast, and TuneIn. Payments are processed through PayPal, so whether you check out using a credit card or a PayPal account, you know your details are not seen by me or anyone else. Be sure to sign up before the end of this webinar to the Gold Author membership, and I'll discount the price, as I said before, from £175 to £125, which is approximately $230 to approximately $160. So, if I may, I'm going to share with you some of the wonderful reviews received from Book Radio Club's authors. Everdeen Brickwood, young adult sci-fi and cozy mysteries author. Book Talk Radio is more than just a marketing service for self-publishers. Claire Perkins' genuine interest in her fellow authors and their books is tangible during the interviews. It felt more like chatting to a friend, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. Gordon Kewen. Hello, Gordon. I can see you with us. Author of dark psychological novels, both fiction and non-fiction, and contemporary poet. Dear Claire, I wanted to write and tell you how impressed I was this morning with your interview. I thought your range of questions was appropriate and focused not only on me as the author, but also took into account the characters in my writing, both fiction and non-fiction. I was equally impressed as to the professionalism exhibited both before, during and after the interview. I look forward to working with you again. Sincerely yours, Gordon. And Cindy Stone, author of Scorpion, the Myriad series. Claire Perkins asks great questions. I've been interviewed many times on national radio and TV, and Claire got to the core of my message and highlighted all of what was important to readers about my book. Thank you, Claire Perkins. Well, it's my pleasure. Once again, enroll in the Gold Author membership before the webinar ends after the question and answer session, and I will discount the price from £175 to £125, which is approximately $230 to $160. So hit the buy it now button and let's get your author voice heard above the roar of the crowd. So should we have a question and answer session? Any questions that I can answer for you? Any questions about Facebook promotions, posting? Oh, okay, let's see if we've got someone just about to type a question, have we? Just give this person a moment. Just ask me any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them for you. No questions? I can see April's typing something. Okay, I'm still here, April. I will answer for you if I may. While I'm waiting, I'm going to take another sip of my lemonade. My voice is getting very dry. Okay, should the picture selected for your author, this is April asking, should the picture selected for your author page reflect a solution you're trying to get at? Not with you, April. Come back to me on that, April. Philip Carter, is there a trial period for the membership? No, Philip, there isn't. Terry, how often do you say to post? You cut out on my end. Oh, that must have been painful. 3 or 4 times a week, Terry, I would say. Any more than that, you don't want to drive people mad. 3 or 4 times a week, you should be okay. Let's see, who else have we got here? Anyone asking a question? Okay, 2 more minutes to take advantage of the Gold Author membership special, so hit the buy it now button you're going to. Okay, Alexander's got a question. How would you build up an audience while your book is in progress? Well, Alexander, I would actually talk about your book, give little snippets of it. Terry, come on, I just wanted to let you know that, oh, okay. April, I'm non-fiction and it was recommended that the pictures I select for my background be consistent with the theme, in my case, solution of the book. Okay, can I just interrupt? We've got 1 minute 30 seconds left of the buy it now for the Gold Author membership. Non-fiction, it was recommended that the pictures I select for my background be consistent. April, all you need to do is hold this picture of yourself looking directly into the camera. Philip, is there a copy of the slides or can I see the webinar again? I joined late. Well, you're all going to get a repeat of the video, the webinar anyway, so that's going to go out tomorrow. Okay, April, you're welcome. I write non-fiction as well, so I just go ahead and see the picture of me there? That's my picture that I use for my Amazon, my Facebook, all of my social media platforms. Terry Conway, that offering a book spot was a wonderful idea. Thank you so much. Oh, you're welcome. Alexander's asking, are sharing snippets to beta readers a good start to build an audience? No, share them to your social media audience. Gordon, you suggest, hang on a minute, Gordon, I'm losing you here. Okay, half a minute before the Gold Author membership ends, hit the buy it now button. Gordon says, you suggest an author page on FB and I have 2 for poetry. Do you think I should get one up for the others? Plus, I'm a political animal and my wife keeps telling me I shouldn't be as it's negative. What say you? Gordon, I know you are, but you need to keep your political comments to your personal Facebook page and away from your author or poetry pages. No, you don't need, if you have too many pages, you're not going to be able to keep a hold of them anyway. So just have 1 or 2 pages, but keep the political comments to your personal Facebook page, okay? Chris is asking, how do you get followers on Twitter? Okay, that's an easy one, Chris. Every time someone follows you, say thank you, as I said before, with a link to your book and a picture of your book. Just say thank you. The more people see you say thank you and you're mentioning their names, you're going to get more people following you. Okay, any more questions? Do you want me to put that button up again, by the way? I can if you want me to. Should we do that? I can see we've got some more questions coming. Let's put that button, the buy it now button up again. Hang on a second. There we go. It's up again. All right, Philip, I want to join, but I need to hear the full webinar. Okay, well, when I send out the replay tomorrow, Philip, I will give you the link to purchase the gold membership as well, okay? So you'll be able to join someone. You can still hear the full webinar with the replay. How's that? Okay, cool. That's fine. Any more questions? I can see Gordon is about to type something. Oh, thank you, Gordon. Another great job, Gordon says. Thank you very much. Okay, do you have any more questions about Facebook promotions, promotional post marketing? Just let me know. I'm going to finish in about... Oh, April says, thank you for hosting this again. My pleasure, April. Absolutely. Okay, we all done with questions? Yep. Okay, well, I'm going to stop the membership button now. Take advantage of the gold membership special. If anyone else wants it, it will come through again on the replay tomorrow. Okay. So here we go. Last slide. Thank you so much for coming to the Indie Authors, How to Get Your Voice Heard Above the Roar of the Crowd webinar. Thank you. Oh, I can see a few of you have already signed up. Thank you very much. Your welcome email will be arriving in your inbox shortly. Welcome to Book Talk Radio Club. And if you have any questions, just email me at clairehp@booktalkradio.info. I wish you all the very best of luck with your books. And here's to Indie Authors definitely being the real deal. Thank you very much. Bye now.